or 1-1. In case of a 2-0, you're through. In case of a 1-1, we're gonna play a decisive map. And it is Flip of Faith already being banned by the red team. Yeah, by the red team. Barbos and Ratchet, Gyroscope, Sag Clap. And now we're gonna pick 4 maps. So the top seed then is Feed and Ener. Because I think they were third in the standing. So this could be important for the best of 1.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to look up the kind of maybe some of the map picks that they've been going through, but we're already halfway through. So this analysis is not going to make any sense whatsoever going into this first match set. But
what? Slowdown not picked?
Wow. Okay, so we're going to start on Slippy Slides first.
Dude, that was a very hectic. Did Slowdown?
Yeah.
Banned even. Damn. Banned by the blue team by Feed and Ener. Interesting. Yep. Wow. Which
I guess makes sense considering how maybe they feel like they're weaker against that because they lost against Numlops on that map, and Schweineaim beat BS Plus. I mean, is beating BS Plus better than beating Numlops? I wouldn't say so. I'd say that beating Numlops would be bigger on that. So,
but BS,
I don't understand the ban, to be honest. But
Numlops lost versus BS Plus 4-1 last step 7. So take what you want out of that. BS Plus has really improved over the season. Anyway, the first map, as you already said, is Slippy Slides. Oh, I didn't update the rail record. I quickly have to do that, so maybe you can take over the cast for a second.
So looking at just the record history so far we've had in the playoffs, Homyno Tsun did play Slippy Slides. They did win 11-3 against Numlops on this map here. Schweineaim did not have a match on Slippy Slides, although we could probably look back in their other match history and see how Slippy Slides fared for them. And so far, it's not looking good from what I'm seeing here, as they don't have that many maps. And that would make sense for a first pick from Homyno Tsun.
Yep.
Then, because that would be their first counter pick towards Schweineaim, since they haven't proven any reliability on this map so far. The only time they won Slippy Slides is actually against Exalty. I'm sorry about that. And Attacks. Okay, I guess they beat Attacks 2 as well, but that was a weak Attacks on week 2 on Playdate 2. But wow. I mean, overall, this should lean towards Homyno Tsun as we're already in the first round here, and we'll see how it goes from here on out.
Yeah, but Ratchet has, I think, a pretty good PB here, and also Barbos now leading from the get-go. So quickly explaining the format, it is a best of 5, so we have to win 3 maps, and format is as follows. First and second in a round, you get 3 points, opponent gets no points. Then there's also first and third, and of course, first and last possible for your team, or like second and like the counter pick to that. And that is 2 and 1 point respectively, or 1 and 1 point, but you will see that in a second as well. But Ratchet and Barbos off to a really good start, but it's a very close one, only 400ths of a second between the players. Going to the bug side now, and it is Barbos going a bit wider here, accumulating more speed, but is out on that one. And now we go into the identity for the first time. Let's take a look onto the checkpoint. Ratchet with a different line here, also slows down accordingly before that. Interesting find, because you have to release anyway. So Ratchet with a great line. But Feed has a better approach here, and I think he will snipe Ratchet in the ending. Yes, he will. Only by 500ths of a second. Ener behind, 111.5. Not the fastest time that we have seen, but Ratchet with a new line, actually. Or like a more comfortable line for him.
Yeah, I mean, definitely tighter on the first 2 jumps there at the end identity there. But on the third jump, if you saw, he went actually wider, and that's what allowed Feed to snipe him at the end there. I believe that was Feed who got first place last round.
Yep.
But yeah, so kind of interesting line though. I mean, it's been proven that tighter is oftentimes quicker for obvious reasons. It's less distance to the goal post, if you want to put it in that perspective. But now we're looking at this round here. Ratchet's already made a mistake, already going to be 14 seconds behind, so he is pretty much a relative individual in this round going so far. Feed, though, is going to take the slight lead here. But now, I mean, interesting part is how everybody takes this first jump. Most people... Ooh, Ener tried to get really close there. I don't know if we were able to see that from your side, but Ener tried to go super tight and made a mistake, so now he's going to fall back. But it's Barbos and Feed here at the side by side on the identity here. Feed is going to go ahead just ever so slightly, but Barbos with the tighter line, is he going to be able to keep the lead? It's going to be really close. Feed's going to overtake just at the last moment with a 0.018 lead over Barbos there. Ener's going to pull it in here, and again, like I said, Ratchet too far behind to make any difference here, and that is going to be another victory for Homyno Tsun.
Yeah, but also a great time here, 1:11.28. I mean, world record, of course, is the 0.91 from Muda on this map, and also Ratchet had a really good time on this map. I think he did a 0.1 here on this map as well. But again, Feed coming in strong on that identity and sniping away in the last bug slide there. This time he overtook Barbos, and the round before it was Ratchet. But of course Ratchet made a mistake at the start and did it again. So Ratchet behind, not really feeding it so far. And this is looking really promising for Homyno Tsun, also due to Feed's incredible sniping skills.
Yeah, and with what we're seeing here through this next part, it's going to be really dependent on whether Schweineaim can minimize their mistakes getting into this round. And I mean, we already see it with Barbos now having fallen behind, so this is going to be a likely ace for Homyno Tsun here. Yeah, Barbos and Ratchet, again, I said at the very beginning, this is a map that Homyno Tsun clearly picks against Schweineaim, and there was a specific reason for that, and we're kind of seeing that already into the third round. It doesn't mean that Schweineaim couldn't somehow make a recovery in the next coming rounds, but right now, Homyno Tsun seem very strong with their times thus far. I mean, we already saw the 1:11 from Feed in the last round, and now let's see what Ener is going to be able to get as he is leading right now into the finish here. It should be a 0.5, so 1:11.5. That's decent. That's a top 25 time almost in the world there. But that is going to be the ace for Homyno Tsun, and now they are at a victory point potential here.
Yeah, but I think actually Ener had a really good identity there, and also Feed made a small mistake. So they were just driving it safe into the ending. But now Ratchet, of course, should not make a mistake again. Not the third consecutive round in a row, and he does survive it. So good job from Ratchet. But goes very wide. There has no speed. Loses the gear as well, so he loses a lot of speed there, and is already 0.4 behind. So maybe it's also the pressure. Could also be, you know, that he just needs to acclimatize. But you know, statement from my side, just a thesis that I put. Pick and ban is won by Homyno Tsun here, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, we already see the benefits of that with Barbos making the mistake early on, but now Ener has made a mistake as well. So right now it's a 1v1 on both sides, on the front and the back here. And Ratchet doing well for his first time so far after 4 rounds of this map, and he's going to be able to contest Feed here at the end. Goes for the water slide, or the slide over the water there at the start, but who is going to benefit here in this identity? Feed taking the lead for now. Ratchet having a little bit less speed, but it's going to be this tight line here. It's going to be Feed into the finish. Barbos is going to come in just barely before Ener getting that draw, just delaying the potential inevitable here.
Yeah.
For Homyno Tsun.
I mean, it's inevitably going to happen that Homyno Tsun will score a point unless Schweineaim pulls off the miracle. They have to get an ace in this round, but this looks very promising. Ener with the first mistake has no speed accumulated due to that and will fall even more behind. 1.5 seconds is the gap, and then there's Feed. I mean, even 1 point, even getting second in this combination would be really, really huge for him. So right now he is on that second place, has good speed over that 180 drift there. And also here, very, very good water section. It can be very risky because he can slide out a touch, but he does do it very nicely, and now he's ahead. Second and third, still Ratchet and Barbos. None of them have made a major mistake so far. And let's take a look onto the identity. Not sure what to think about the Ratchet line here, to be honest. It's a good find. It's, of course, more stable, but you have to oversteer a lot if you have to adjust. Like, it's definitely not bad, but he loses a lot of speed just before because he already slows down very, very early before the identity. But let's take a look at his Feed still leading. Another great identity. Barbos misses the exit. What is Ratchet doing? Ratchet not able to snipe, and Feed will win this round with ease. And also Ener on third, and that's the GG. Barbos didn't make it. Yeah, that's a GG with Barbos making the mistake at the end there. And now we see kind of why Homyno Tsun didn't make that first pick, but now we're going to go to Schweineaim's pick here. And this is where they definitely need to be able to kind of make a clapback on Homyno Tsun after
Homyno did a proper call out against Schweineaim saying, hey, this is your weak map, and we recognize that immediately. So now here we are going onwards to Agility Dash, the longest map on the map pack. So we're going to be on this map. Oh, no, wait, is this? Yeah, no, wait, is this? Yes.
It is the longest
Sorry.
map, yeah.
I'm so used to seeing the easiest versions of all these maps because, you know, regionals. But yes, Agility Dash, the longest map. We're going to be here for about a year before we see the results of this match going in.
It is actually true. I mean, I really like this map if they're close rounds, but I also uploaded a clip called The Duality of Agility Dash. You have 1 in 10 rounds, it's very close, it's very nice. But, you know, if you just 0.3 behind after the full speed section, you're 0.3 behind. Then there's the BO9 section where you can maybe fail a bit, and the identity which you can push. We have seen a new world record on this map by Afi. It is not updated here. It was a 0.26 if I recall it correctly. When Lars and me were casting it. Afi with a good time there. So that is unfortunately not updated. So bear with us. I think Röda might have been busy or whatever. But also, of course, thanks that he's even doing that. I don't take that for granted. But let's go into the first round. So already 1-0 for Homyno Tsun. Schweineaim played really well on this map, but also Ratchet has made a lot of mistakes, especially in this corner here, where he either touched in the beginning or in that very tight turn where you lose the gear. And you also want to lose it there, because else you will not tail around. Feed with good speed. 6:28 comes closer, but Ratchet's still leading. But it's actually quite close round, comparable on, or like if we take a look onto that on other rounds. So Agility Dash only 0.2 between the players. 59 seconds have elapsed going to that checkpoint. And the identity will decide it, or even this BO9 section here, important to not oversteer a lot on the plastic, get the gear beforehand, and it's super close indeed. Let's take a look. Ratchet and Barbos going into first and second. Barbos with a different line, tries to hold that gear. Ener oversteers, is losing a lot of speed with that. Feed with a good approach here. Let's go with Feed here, goes into the lead. Barbos and Ratchet are behind. Barbos and Ratchet are in the lead now, and this could be the ace for Schweineaim after a disastrous first map, but it is Ratchet clipping, and he throws like it was by power back in 2015. I wasn't saying that too long ago. So Ratchet throwing away the ace, and the momentum will heavily shift towards Homyno Tsun. But also a good time from Barbos. Every time below 129 is good. Did I miss something? Did he clip something? Because he just and his right wheel went down, and then he was mudded. Gotcha. Okay, because it looked way. Like, I mean, he was already risking the identity starting into it. How low he got on the very first jump there. So I was like, he's going hard, and he went a little too hard there at the end. It just looked like he gave up at the end, but I figured it had to be a clip because I wasn't able to see it on mine. Already see a mistake, though, from Ratchet hitting those light poles on the right side, getting into this next round here. But it's only 1-1, so, I mean, like I said, we're going to be on this map for at least the next hour because this map is so long. Yeah. It feels out of place, right? Every map, like, right, it does. 1 minute proximity, and then we have this map, 1 minute 30. Yeah, every map on average is, like you said, about 60 seconds, and then you get to this map where it's 90 seconds, essentially. Well, yeah, it is, because 128 is the world record. So, yeah, a 90-second map is just really long, especially in Trackmania terms. We're getting almost to your endurance map levels over here with how long this map is. It really feels like that in this section. It really feels like that, bro. So, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I think this map is great. I think it challenges players, but yeah, it's just a smidge too long. But now, finally, now that we've had our chatting moment, we're here at the identity where all can go arise so very quickly here. Feed going to be making the first mistake already here. Barbos going a little too wide on the left side, so now Ener is all alone in first place. Is he going to be able to make it safely? Yes, he is. That's going to be first. Ratchet coming in second, and it's between Feed and Barbos, but Feed is too far ahead, and Feed's going to get in there, and that's going to be the victory for Homyno Tsun. And honestly, that could have been so good for Schweineaim if it wasn't for Barbos making the mistake afterwards as well. Yeah, I mean, Ratchet was coming closer due to that, overtaking 2 people, but it is what it is. This map always brings a surprise, and I really think that this map is also a good mixture. It's very complete. The only thing that is maybe a bit unnecessary is this right into left drift, but I see why you have to do that due to the full speed section. You're just so fast there on this part. So I see why this map is the case, or like why this map has this length in that way. And also Barbos oversteers there to get a smooth landing. Interesting line. We are already seeing that in TMGL. But now Ratchet and Barbos are leading. It is, of course, also their pick. Yeah, it is their pick. Red team has picked this map. And, of course, Homyno was top seed. So, yeah, they have picked map 1. And there you go. So it is Ener being left alone by his teammate Feed, who's 1.6 seconds behind. Ratchet and Barbos first and second. Surely nothing will happen in the identity, right?
Surely, right? Nothing will go wrong. Everybody will get in just fine. One shot the identity because they've been doing that from the very first round, obviously.
I'll lower you a bit, by the way.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll move my mic back a little bit closer to my face. But yeah, I mean, still Feed, even though he is behind about 3 seconds, I mean, anything could happen, right? Barbos and Ratchet leading right now, but Ratchet getting a little bit slower on the identity, where Ener might be able to catch up just so slightly here, but is able to maintain that lead. It is going to be an ace for Schweineaim, which is perfect for them. That's what they needed to get started into this match here, putting them up 5-3. But again, it's a long road before we see something happen here.
I mean, it's 3-5, so we're almost halfway through. Or, like, we are halfway through. It all depends how this round will go. But very important ace. Also good time again by Barbos. Sub 129 time. Always love to see those times. Now Barbos is a bit behind. And one player already from Homyno Tsun making that mistake. And it is only Feet left again. So Ener not really vibing with that one too much. There you can see the oversteer from Barbos just minimizing airtime accordingly. That was beautiful from Barbos. Look how much speed he gained with that. That was really, really well executed. I think from Feed's point of view, it was very, very good to see also the comparison towards his teammate. Ratchet didn't make a mistake, and I think Barbos is also in a great time. Could be a 128.5, but of course it also depends on this full speed section here. Ratchet has it way better, 626 speed. Barbos maybe having a bit more because he went a bit wider, but hand in hand they go into that long drift. That goes into another long drift. And after that we have a shorter drift because you just slow down from 400 plus speed to 200, losing the fourth gear as well. Then, of course, BO9 also finds his journey onto this map. I think the map could have already have its identity here, but then I see, you know, they have to kind of get to the identity in that way. You have to be in that speed, so I see why they have built that. It is, like, all very unfortunate. Then the map was like, yeah, this map is a bit too long. Super sorry. I had to do that, so...
Oh, but we're looking at another ace here with Barbos and Ratchet.
It is?
Speed made a mistake, so...
0.7? Oh, okay, 0.9.
0.9.
Okay.
Still a good time, though.
Yeah. So 8-3 now. That is pretty good for Schweineaim.
Yep.
And only one more.
Good answer.
One more victory is required for them to win the first map.
Yeah, and it's a good answer to the Slippy Slides pick, where Tsun really did kind of dominate over Schweineaim in that first map, and now we're seeing the reverse with Schweineaim here. But to be fair, these rounds have been really close, and it's really just been down to who makes the most mistakes, and overall Tsun has made a little bit more heavier mistakes, allowing Schweineaim to get 2 aces, which is something that Schweineaim did not allow Tsun to get in the first round, only allowing them to get maybe 1 ace, if that even. So yeah, we're looking at a little bit slightly more dominant showing from Schweineaim in this answer map of theirs on Agility to Dash, which makes sense because, you know, the boys are coming from Shift and everything, so they should be good at a map like this. But yeah, Feed and Ener on the back foot again. Ener just not having a good time on this map. He struggled every single round, and now Ratchet making a big mistake too. So that is down to Feed and Barbos here, getting into these next couple tech drifts before we get to this the B2 identity, as you called it, right?
Yeah, BO9. Like
BO9. There we go. My bad.
Yeah, it's all right. BO2 is a different map. I refer to Trackmania Nations, but Ratchet with a rookie mistake, they're going to inside. He chose a very, very tight line into the full speed section, but eventually made a mistake, and it is Barbos winning the round, so at least securing 1 point. But that's what we were talking about beforehand. You know, if they don't make mistakes, they can beat Homyno Tsun on a good day. You know, Feed also now with a good time here, 130. Yeah, then Ener making mistakes as well. And actually it is, never mind, I thought Ratchet would overtake, but he doesn't. I thought Ener had to respawn, but that wasn't the case. But, I mean, of course, Homyno Tsun with 2 aces, they can close it out, but Schweineaim only needs 1 more point, and Barbos plays really good on this map. So let's go, track point, round number 6. Can Schweineaim close it out already here, or will we have another round and then we're gonna see ourselves in a year?
I surely think that Schweineaim will be able to close it out here because all they need to get is one person in second place, and they've been able to do that every round thus far. So I definitely think it's going to close out here, and then it goes into kind of talking about what we're going to be looking at in freestyle, which will be the next map here, the third map, the answer or the second pick from Homyno Tsun, and seeing whether they'll have an advantage in that map going forward. At this point, though, I feel like the comfort picks come in the very first 2 rounds, and then after that, it's kind of a free-for-all for everybody, right? So really, the game really starts after this map is over to see who is going to pull ahead here. But yeah, as I was saying, it's going to be who gets in second place for Schweineaim here. And right now, both Ratchet and Barbos are sitting behind Feed, as Ener just has not been able to be any type of a challenge on this map, unfortunately. So far, Feed getting a little bit of a clip, allowing Barbos to gain some ground, but Barbos, with that interesting line that he constantly opts for, puts him a little bit further behind into the identity. Feed should be able to keep this lead here, assuming nothing goes awry, and that is not going to be the case. Barbos,
oh my god, dude.
Is he throwing? Yes, he is, but it doesn't matter. Ratchet is going to be able to get into second there, and that is going to be the end.
What is going on? I was spectating Ratchet in that moment, and both did the same mistake. What is going on? Like, really, they are overthinking right now. Tremendously. Like, of course, you know, it was now Ener playing kind of the same role that Ratchet did on Slippy. Right. But very shaky victory, to be honest, from Schweineaim.
It was not clean by any means.
Very
at
shaky.
At first it was very strong with the double ace, capitalizing on the mistake of Ener basically being the sandbag for Feed. But now, with a map like freestyle, where it really is down to who can finish the map the cleanest, and Ratchet and Ener kind of being liabilities for both sides, it really is going to be who makes the most or the least amount of mistakes. And this downside for Schweineaim, in my opinion, is also the fact that Barbos is also very prone to making mistakes as well, while Feed is very more consistent type of player, makes very few mistakes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really just about the consistency of Schweineaim versus the consistency of Homyno Tsun, and we will see with this first round.
I mean, freestyle, now the match kind of started. It's now best of 3, give or take, as you can maybe spot that. And I'm also interested to see, going into the next best of 5, if there will be any bans. But we already see the first mistake from Ratchet. Yeah, as we also have seen different start lines, but we're gonna talk about them later, as it is also here different lines that have been chosen. Barbos going super far up to get a lot of speed and not overswing on the ice, and also hitting a very good apex to not lose 4th gear. And you can see then doing a very good no slide, but didn't do it quite well. Had to oversteer a little bit, so Feed had it very good. Weather good is a 107.06 by Dexter. Also important here to hold the gear. But Feed clipping, and that is Barbos' chance. Nope, it is not to make it happen. Oh, Barbos has a mudded respawn. Oh my god. It's the... what is happening?
I'm so confused.
I see
Ratchet finish in second. Barbos, I think, has the ability to tie here because Feed is so far behind.
Yeah.
Okay. Clown Fiesta. That's all we got to say. Yeah, the tie is coming in.
Oh my god. Good, nice. Good round.
Yeah. Clown music in the background. Yes. I don't know if you hear, but I definitely hear it right now.
Like, Feed going too inside there. Going too low. Barbos going too early into the identity. Ratchet making a mistake beforehand on the no steer. And Ener, I don't know, dude. Like, there were so many things going on this map in this round that you cannot even comprehend them. So it is a draw. So nothing happened, but both teams very shaky onto the start here on freestyle. As we go into that round, let's see, will all players survive the no steer now or not? Very important to get that. And it is again almost one player making a mistake. It was Ratchet going very far to the left there, but now it's very, very opened. But of course, different lines will come into play, and the no slide that will be important as Ener and Feed are leading from that.
Yeah, right now Ener is leading for right now, but doesn't have the speed to be able to get up this uphill like Barbos and Ratchet are able to do. And now we kind of see everybody lining up. Barbos going to come in with the slight advantage over the duo of Homyno Tsun, but it really is down to who's going to get this cleanly. And so far, Ener's going to be the one to benefit so far. Feed making a clip, so he's going to fall back to the back here. Ener's going to be able to get nice and clean over Barbos and Ratchet. Very clean round by Ener on that. And that is going to be the draw again, 2-2 with a 107.3.
Yeah, I think that was the first time that I swapped into the follow all cam on freestyle and no one fell majorly behind. No one really clipped there. Of course, some small mistakes, but every player in between 0.5 of a second there, and also a very good time there to win the round. But another draw, so it's 2-2. And the free-for-all has indeed started. Also different starting lines there. I like the line from Barbos and Ratchet a bit more because usually those outside lines are always very, very scary to do. And I think it can also be a bit faster because you don't have to push that much. But now it is another mistake and it is Barbos now. Ratchet survived, but like Barbos and Ratchet have kind of the same mindset coming into that, you know? Mistake-wise and all that. But now Barbos has to rely on his teammate Ratchet to get that first place. But let's take a look onto the nose sides. Oh, it is a very, very inside line here from Feed, but he was able to get away with it. But it is Ratchet who's not that far behind, only 0.1 of a second, so he can surely catch that one up. Gets the upper gear, very important. I think Feed didn't get that, and Ratchet has more speed coming to the identity. That was beautifully executed from both players, actually. It's coming down to the ending, to the last part of it. Ener slightly leading, Ratchet with a good line as well, but it will be Ener ahead. But another great identity here from both players in the top. Feed a bit behind, and Barbos after that mistake on last. And it's the victory and the slight advantage for Homyno Tsun.
Yeah, and just to compare, Ener with his really good time last time was a .388, I believe that was. And that was 16th in the world. And that would have been right behind Binks on that time. So, I mean, Ener had a really good pace that last round, and I mean, still relatively good pace this round too. As long as he continues to be as consistent as he has so far in the last 2 rounds on the identity, that's going to allow Homyno Tsun to get these early advantages point-wise, as we see here with the 4-3 scoreline. And Schweineaim, realistically, their major issue has been that nose steer section for whatever reason. Kind of a weird place to kind of falter on, I feel like, in a way. But, I mean, now we're getting close to the identity yet again here. This is a nice thing about this map. You can kind of just talk and then get to the identity, and then action starts immediately. So Feed is going to be able to take the advantage here going in so far, but who is going to get it clean? It's going to be the first question. That's not going to be Feed, with him clipping in the same area that he did a round previously. Ener, though, is he going to be able to get it cleanly again? Yes, he is. Look how fast he is going, a 107.5. Barbos and Ratchet getting the tie yet again here. It's really just the Ener show for this match. Feed so far ahead, but keeps on clipping in that corner section on the wall right twice now. Yeah, it was the second mistake in round 1 and in round 4 now. And I think he has also made a lot of other mistakes. But I think this map length is perfect for a map for a competitive map. Like, not too long, not too short. Also, there's a lot of different things on this map. Let's take the inside-outside line, and also, of course, this bob, or this half pipe, quarter pipe jump that you have to do, as well as the dirt section afterwards. So you have so many things to do, and it is Ratchet, making now a mistake, of course, in the nose steer section. Yep. Yeah, he gets the wrong line, and he just has to slow down because he makes the mistake. And honestly, at that point, I feel like it's better to just respawn there because he's already down 3 seconds, and he tried to save himself from hitting that corner. But now let's look at the front here. Feed leading super far ahead. This time not clipping the section he clipped previously. Now Feed and Ener in a really good position to get an ace here. But Barbos going to try to get some more speed. Might be able to do so. Is going to be able to do so and save his team from utter disaster, preventing the ace, and now it's going to be 7-5, but Homyno Tsun sitting in victory point potential now. Yeah, 107.11, by the way. 500 off of the world record from Dexter. So very good time from Feed, redeeming himself. And I think that's just the story of individual mistakes here. Ratchet in particular, failing that nose steer section, as you talked about it. Maybe you just want to respawn and not try to people shy to the reset and be like, can I get the reset, please? Just if I go very slow, maybe I can get it then. But you shouldn't fail that part. Of course, it's a very awkward transition and awkward part, but
it's, yeah, you know, you can probably make it with the practice, but of course then there's pressure in the match and all of that, so things like that happen as Ener now clips the ring and he's out on that round. I mean, he didn't have to respawn, which is okay, but still he's mudded. But Feed again on another great time, being 0.2 ahead, but releases too much by the looks of it. Never mind, he actually got it really well. As you can see, he even extends his lead by a little bit, even though Ratchet also had that one really good. But now it is Feed not getting the gear, overdrifting a bit. Barbos clips there as well, almost turtles, but now it has to be Ratchet who has to get that first position, and he will do so indeed. And it's also a neat time, a 0.7. But it is Ener not getting the gear, and Barbos will secure that third position. Oh my god.
I can't handle it.
Oh, 8-7. And now it's track point for both teams. Oh god. Homyno needs a victory. Schweineaim needs an ace.
Yeah, that was a bit Pepega from Barbos at the end there. Honestly, that was such a free ace in my opinion. And Barbos just not having the correct timing on the jump there. And then even then almost allowing Ener to sneak in and giving a tie potentially, but luckily was able to salvage it enough to get the victory for Schweineaim here. But now we are in round 7, getting in Ratchet, getting close to that left barrier that he loves doing, this time not hitting it again, which is nice because that gives his team the ability to actually compete in this round. And now it's going to be who is going to have the most exit speed on the uphill into the jump. And right now it's looking like Feed again with the superior pace over Schweineaim. Ener going to be sitting back for right now. So it's looking like a potential tie here unless Feed makes a mistake here. Feed getting it clean on the wall ride thus far. Feed getting the jump cleanly. Barbos not, on the other hand, making a slight bump there. And now it's Ratchet fending off Ener. And it's not going to happen. That's going to be it. That is the match for Homyno Tsun.
World record.
1 and 1:07.032.
You know, they said to me, I cannot chat, but I chat. What a great time. 1:07.03. Ending it with a bang. We have a new world record, ladies and gentlemen. Boah, what a time, dude. You cannot chat. But with that time, I'm gonna chat, dude. Really.
Wait, is that the world record?
Yeah, like, Softy was DMing me.
Because Ratchet EU has a 1:06.986.
Yeah, live world record is something different.
Live world record. Okay, there we go. Then, yes, world record. Dope.
Yeah, all parkour. Do we have some flippers here? Any flippers in chat? But yeah, very clean. But I mean, you can see maybe also the risk that was taken by Feed in all of those rounds. Because he was like on insane pace every round. He did a 0.1.
Yes.
I think he did a 0.3 as well, or was that Ener? I'm not so sure. And then also that 0.0. So insane stuff from Feed. And well, that puts him into map points. A match point on this map, or match map. You know, if they win this map, they will win the first best of 5. But it is Barbos and Ratchet, I think, being really good on this map. Ratchet can always spring a surprise, so I will always spectate him if he's behind before the identity. But parkour, cool map, hard identity. Also the dirt turn for me is part of the identity. You know, it is.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it is for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, with that crawler dirt uphill dirt turn, you have to keep the gear up to 4 for that jump. Otherwise, you're going to have a rough time, especially with the speed getting down into it. And as we're seeing right here, Feed is going to be leading so far, but it really is not so much that first section of the identity, but the second section. Ratchet is going to be the one to make a mistake, though.
Barbos
Feed is going to lead into the finish there, or Barbos is also making a mistake, so it is going to be the ace, sadly. Well, not sadly for Homyno Tsun, but sadly for Schweineaim, as we're kind of low-key biased for Schweineaim.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
But, yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Both...
Sad.
Both very cool people like Ratchet and Barbos. I mean, I've also talked to Ener, also great guy, and also a bit to Feed. But Barbos and Ratchet, you know, we're from Germany, or like imported to Germany that way. And that is Homyno leading 3-0. Ener, with a very bad start, is 1 second behind. So let's take a look onto that round now. Of course, Schweineaim has to answer to that already. I mean, already in draw for Homyno would put them in that angle if they get 2 aces in a row, that they can just take it home. That first best of 5 as Feed gets a good start. But of course, Ratchet is a flipper. Yeah, any flipper in chat, type 1 in chat. As he jumps very far up, goes a bit more safe, is 0.3 behind. Feet, however.
Feet.
Yeah, feet fed. He was feeding. So
Feed making a slight clip there, I think, is what he made. So now giving the advantage to Schweineaim here in this identity with a potential ace. But again, like I said, first part of this identity is not necessarily the hard part. It's this jump right here into the booster. It gets a little wonky. Barbos showing why, as he did not have the correct line. Feed! Super close there.
It's still Schweineaim coming a bit closer though, but also 103.19 compared to the 0.6, 102.6 winning time in the previous round. Not the best time.
No.
Not the best time here.
No, I mean, overall, I mean, as we see, Schweineaim is lacking pace in comparison to Feed. So really, realistically, Feed has the most competitive racing time. Barbos making the first mistake there. That's not okay. As, ja,
das ist nicht okay.
Das ist nicht gut. Das ist nicht erlaubt. But yeah, so we see Feed having overall better pace compared to the rest of the field. Ener making struggles each round. So it's really kind of the Feed show at this point. And Barbos and Ratchet, while good drivers, they just don't have the pace compared to Feed. Now Ratchet, on the other hand, as I'm talking about it, is saying, I heard you talking. Gonna prove you wrong real quick here, as he's leading into the bobsleigh, getting really risky on that bobsleigh too, getting super close, and now is far and away in front of the rest of the pack here, with Ener, Feed, and Barbos competing for the last 3 spots together here. Ratchet still in the lead at the moment. Getting into this jump, though, is going to be the question. No, it's not going to be it for him. Barbos going for the flip, though, and he's going to snipe. He's going to snipe to first and save the round. That was insane from Barbos. Holy moly, bro. 103.0, not the best time, but man.
What a flip, dude. Barbos also now a flipper, dude. Wow, that was a great flip. And also, guys, my camera was on Barbos. Woo!
Let's go.
I did it, chap. I don't know why. It felt very wrong that he went for the flip because he was on second. But of course, he denied the victory there towards Homyno Tsun. But damn, what a flip there. What a flip from Barbos. Ratchet, unfortunately, making that mistake. But now both players are cooking here. Both players in first and second. And also there's one bad joke. So it's not a freak show, it's a feed show, right? Anyway, now that we know that both players are flippers, maybe they can win every round from now on. But of course they had 3 points. Homyno Tsun at 5. So if they get a victory now and another ace, it's over. Ratchet, Barbos, absolute mud here. Both mudded. Yeah, I think that's it for the first best of 5, almost. Unless Feed and Ener are throwing it away, but Feed gets it very, very safe there. And that's the ace for Homyno Tsun, and will be very hard for them to catch up. Never mind, Ratchet snipes. Feed had a really bad ending, and Ratchet at least getting 1 point for Schweineaim. And that is very important, actually.
Yeah, that was honestly kind of lucky.
Yeah.
With Feed's bad jump there. I honestly thought Ratchet was farther behind because both him and Barbos had touched on that uphill jump, but I didn't realize that Ratchet was that close. So good on Ratchet for being able to kind of scrap a point back there and preventing doom from happening. But I mean, it's still pretty dark looking, unless Feed, with an early mistake so far right now, is going to fall back a full second now from the rest of the pack here. So when it's Ratchet and Barbos versus Ener, I mean, I'm gonna have to be honest, like, it's looking really good right now for Schweineaim, unless something drastic happens, which, I mean, it's Schweineaim. They like to make it interesting and give us heart palpitations and everything. So we will see how it goes here.
Barbos, why do you go for that wiggle? Why?
He went for the wiggle and he got punished for it immediately. So Ratchet is the one who's gonna have to be able to deny Ener from getting first, or at least Ratchet just needs to finish and survive. Not crash here. Yeah, just survive. He should be okay. Yeah, he's gonna be perfectly fine here.
Went for the flip for a second.
Yeah, it did look like it, didn't it, with the line that he was going for?
Yeah,
but yeah. Oof, all right. Well, it's another draw. That should have been at least a victory, but yeah, we'll take what we can get.
Yeah, but like Barbos, he didn't go for the flip there because he was so far on the left side. And also it was Feet not having a good ending in that one round. In round number 4 it was. As Barbos, yeah, with a mistake. But you can catch up 0.5 with a good flip. But then of course you have to survive the rest of the map and don't pull a so-called Granadi that is making a mistake after you've already done a mistake. And quickly gonna deliver some knowledge here, as Ener also falling behind. So now Ratchet has to get that. I mean, you know, if it's 9-7, it would be a good outcome, because then Ratchet and Barbos can stick at that ace. Okay, Feet with a mistake. Ener, however, still ahead of Barbos. I mean, 1 point for Homyno Tsun would already be huge. It is Schweineaim who need that ace, but Barbos with good speed into the identity. Ratchet survives it. Barbos coming closer. That is first and second for Schweineaim. And this looks really good as well. And it's Ratchet Mud. Ratchet, the Mud is calling. Yeah, the Mud is calling here. He was on a good time. Nah, he wasn't on a good time. Never mind. But it is at least 1 point. It is 2 points. No, 1 point. But 1 point denied.
Yeah.
1 point denied. Like that.
This like it's so I feel like I'm getting like Trilux levels of tilted watching this, like with how I know he's probably just like yelling at his screen right now, with just kind of the mistakes. Like already Barbos and Ratchet, I mean Barbos not too far behind, but Ratchet already touching that inside right after the transition there. So yeah, now we see Homyno Tsun here likely going to be able to close this out unless some major mistakes happen, which, I mean, they made some bad mistakes. Homyno Tsun has really tried to give this match to Schweineaim, and Schweine's like, thank you for the gift, but honestly, we're going to have to reject it and give it back to you, but we appreciate it regardless. Barbos clipping there, again, with a rejection of the gift that Homyno Tsun has attempted to try to give them multiple rounds, and now we see Feed and Ener likely to close out this first match here. Feed getting the bad line, not getting the speed that he needs, so now there's an opportunity. If Ener makes a mistake here, Barbos and Ratchet could survive. It really is down to whether Ener is going to be able to make it, and Ener is going to get it cleanly, though, despite Barbos trying to get it. Yeah, he tried, but it's not going to be enough. And that is going to be GG. First game to Homyno Tsun.
Good flip attempt from Barbos, though he didn't quite have the line, but he also went very low there. It was okay, I think, but that's a draw, and Homyno Tsun takes it 3-1. So that's all she wrote for the first best of 5. We have one more. If Homyno Tsun wins that as well, Homyno Tsun goes through, and Schweineaim gets eliminated on 6th place? 5th?
5th, I believe.
5th? Ah, yeah, it's lower bracket. Wait. Semi...
No, wait, 4th. They'd be 4th.
True, it's only, yeah, true, it's 4th place. Yeah, I thought the other match, it's 4th place, 2-2. Already, yeah, we start with 6 teams. And then, of course, 2 got eliminated. And, you know, we're gonna determine the winner today. So it's 4th place. All right. So, first best of 5 being done. And also, hi to everybody. Also, thank you, Mati, for the resub, by the way. Thank you for all the follows, guys. If it's the first time here, hit the follow button. And also check out import. And there are 2 sets. Yeah, there's 2 best of 5s. Did I say 1? No, there's...
no, it's 2 best of 5s, and then the tiebreaker if Schweineaim wins this next set. But right now, Homyno Tsun honestly looking just overall more consistent than Schweineaim. But this is an opportunity for Schweineaim to like kind of like relax and kind of recollect themselves if they're able to do so. And recognize that they've had so many opportunities, especially in this last map on parkour, where they had so many opportunities given to them and they lost those opportunities immediately. Which is something I've seen a lot of teams happen, where even if they know they have the advantage, for whatever reason their brain decides to freak out and lose focus of what they're trying to do, and it makes them prone more to making more mistakes further down in that round. It happens to our team in the E regionals. It happens all the time, where they recognize they have the advantage and they make a mistake a couple seconds afterwards. So it's happens. It's hard to be able to keep that kind of focus when nerves and everything, especially at this point where we're at the playoffs. Like, I'm sure the nerves are pretty high, and even though it's like not the first time any of these guys ever competed before, but it's a different feel this year, right, with TMWT and TMCL and how like all the leagues are forming. So there's a different kind of pressure, so you can't blame them on their mistakes really, but they have to be able to understand how to take those advantages when it's given to them.
Yeah, and don't make mistakes. Like, don't feel that pressure. But it's always easier said than done.
Yes.
But the thing was, like, there is like always, like, if you just had, like, also for Ratchet and Barbos, they always made mistakes, or like more likely, I would even say. And it's so hard to get out of that mindset. But of course, they're still in their first TMCL season. And I think for that, like, of course, they're not eliminated yet, but they played a great season. And I really like that. I really like how they have been performing so far. And maybe they can still spring a surprise against Homyno soon. We're gonna go into the next best of 5 in a second. I think we're gonna start that in 5 minutes. Oh no, actually in 3 minutes already. We have received the join link, and then we have the second best of 5. I'm also interested now to see if there will be any change in
Pick ban.
In pick ban, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, if Schweineaim learned anything, I think they would try to avoid playing slippy slides here.
Yeah.
Just because of how they were so non-competitive, and if they do leave it open, it's going to be a first pick from Homyno Tsun again. I don't know how common runbacks have been so far, because I really haven't paid attention to
very common.
Very common. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it could be another runback situation, but if I were Schweineaim, I would not give them the ability to play slippy slides. I'd rather do something more coin flippy, like Flip of Faith or something like that.
Where, flip would be great. One of my favorite maps actually to spectate, even though the gaps are quite high on that, or large, but everything can happen in this identity, right?
Yeah, for sure. Especially with how, I mean, to me personally, Flip of Faith, while difficult, it's just a precision map, right? Mm-hmm. As long as you understand the map, the flip, and you're able to do it, there are some players that are just know exactly where they're going to land when they flip. And that's why sometimes people ban maps from certain teams, just because they have those type of players who know how to do the flip exactly perfectly without any problem.
Yeah.
But if you're two teams that you both aren't necessarily consistent on, personally, I would pick that map if I knew I was coming in at a disadvantage, because at least that way, if there's a coin flip and they lose, mentally, that's kind of really rough on them. So, because people can get easily tilted on maps they have no control over. So, and for me, it would be a mind game type of thing, because you can't play mind games with pick and ban on maps. You can. And I think like teams, I think they're slowly understanding that. But once it gets full into strategy mode and everything with pick and bans and everything, I think it's going to be really exciting, because I would love to see like the mind games played on maps.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, also then maybe something like Gyroscope wasn't the best fit into this map pool, because it was just such a hard map. We haven't seen that map in TMCL at all. So it is really, really hard for the teams to just get around that map, and of course it's always a ban. But on the other hand, maybe you just wanna not ban it then, you know? Maybe you wanna ban something that you then just scared that the other team has prepared that map, you know? But the other team will also suck on this map. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, it's like, why not just leave it open, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know, everybody hasn't trained the map, so why ban it? Which is funny. It's very interesting to me how both TMGL and TMCL, while Gyroscope is very different compared to the easy version of the map, because you have two more booster tricks that you have to do, is a doable map, and like especially in the easy in regionals and everything.
Oh, that's
Gyroscope
great.
is picked all the time, but yeah,
that's a good ban actually. Also, agility. That's agility dash being banned. Slippy. I think freestyle and agility are very, very good bans, because of course, Welder Kurt being set. I could see a map like Slowdown now, being picked.
There we go.
And I also think Reps would be a really good map for Schweineaim. So back and forth, and I think Reps would be the last pick. And then bans going into that, I think something like Gyroscope and Flip of Faith will be banned now. And then the last map will be probably Parkour.
Flip of Faith is available.
Yeah, Flip of Faith will be banned though from Feet. And Parkour will be the random map. Pause? Maybe not.
Champ? Maybe not.
Like, so far, read the pick and ban really well, actually.
Oh, it could have been Flip of Fate. That could have been interesting, but yeah, it's going to be Arrow Pipes as the last pick. But so wildly different maps, though, with the exception of Slippy Slides. I mean, like I said, if you give Slippy Slides to Homyno Tsun, they're going to pick it because that was a map that they easily won on. So we'll see how it goes for Schweineaim, but right now, just from map pick and ban alone, even though pick and ban means nothing, pick and ban alone does give the advantage over to Homyno Tsun going into this second.
Yeah, slight advantage.
Yeah.
Also due to Slippy Slides and then probably also back and forth being in there. I think those are really good maps for them. On the other hand, Reps and Slowdown. I think if Slowdown was picked from Schweineaim as map 4, it would have been way better. Like, I think they would have had a chance to win Slowdown more than
it would have been a good momentum
the other
shifter going into map 5.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is best of 7. Okay.
It's best of 5. No, it's just the wrong overlay.
Oh, okay. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
All right. I was like, what is going on? All right. So yeah, Slippy Slides. We saw it last set. Now we're gonna see it again here, and it's gonna be down to Ratchet really reducing his amount of mistakes.
Indeed.
Because he was kind of the liability for this map for Schweineaim. So going into the first round, that's what we're going to see. Hopefully.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it was Ratchet really, I think, making 3 or 4 mistakes in the start, but now he's in the lead. So you love to see it, that he, like, always getting, like, Trackmania is such a huge momentum-based game, and I think that's something that a lot of people tremendously underestimate, how momentum-based the game can be, and like, it can be hard to just bounce back. You will be scared of the corner if you made a mistake beforehand. That is just how it is. You know, also subconsciously, you will just do that. Unless you're a psychopath like Gwen, you know, you just don't care. That doesn't apply to everybody. But now Ratchet and Barbos both with a very good start, and I think this map could also, like, go to them. So that's why I see why they didn't ban Slippy Slide, but they banned Freestyle.
Yeah, but that's going to be really rough with Ratchet making a mistake early on there, and, well, not early on, but at the first jump, should I say. And so now Homyno Tsun sitting at a potential to get a victory here, and Barbos is getting a little bit less speed getting into that second jump, but should be able to maintain enough, unless Ener getting really close there. Barbos able to maintain that second place and prevent the ace there. But yeah, Ratchet, like I said, is going to be the one that has to reduce his mistakes in this map. Otherwise, it's just going to go straight back to Homyno Tsun.
Yeah, indeed. And the first mistake was done a bit later, though. So it is 2-1 for Schweineaim, against Schweineaim. Like, it does not go in their favor, even though they had the best start. And let's go ahead into round 2 and see if everyone survives the start. It looks to be like that. Of course, you can timely release there as well, which just tailors you a bit better around that turn, which is quite tricky, to be honest. And also Barbos losing the gear there, so he is putting 3 behind Feed and Ener, first and second. Off to a great start here, 25 seconds into the map, and Ratchet has to push a bit more, but look, he's just losing time, 0.4 of a second behind. So they really already have to rely on mistakes now, or mistakes at least in the identity.
Yeah, and as we see here, Ratchet and Barbos sitting in the back behind Feed and Ener. Feed with the lead at the moment, 0.3 over his teammate.
Again,
Ratchet making the same exact mistake as he did in the first round there. Same jump, same place, same issue. Feed and Ener, though, sitting in extremely favorable position right now to get the ace unless there's a mistake, but I doubt it. They've been so clean on this identity so far. Feed and Ener are likely going to end
Feed with a
it
0.2
right here for the 1-2.
Okay,
11.5
for
Feed. Yeah, he saved it a little bit because there was no need. And yeah, that's going to be the easy ace for Homyno Tsun, 5-1.
Yeah, 5-1. What a devastating start here. And Ratchet now, in the last set, it was the start, and now it might have been the bug slide there with a reactor boost attached afterwards. And now Ratchet and Barbos have with a very, very good start. Look at that. They are leading and are almost clipping there, going super risky, but they are leading now from the get-go. Also getting a good chunk of speed there. Actually, you lose the gear there, but it was just Barbos oversteering in that previous round. Never mind. But look at Ener's downhill here. A lot of speed accumulated. Also, his teammate Feed got it really well. Goes to inside, though, making that mistake. And an ace for Schweineaim is already needed, kind of. You know, 6-3 would be okay as well. But at some point, they need that ace. But Barbos, the mud is calling for him. Barbos sliding out. He's out on this round. At least before the identity. And we have Ratchet still leading the round, though. Ener too wide there, but still will hold that second place. Ratchet now with his different line. Going over the water. Has a .48 checkpoint, so that is also a solid time that he's on. If he survives the ending, of course. Looks to be good. And Ratchet will clock in a .3. Okay, .36. I was right, eventually. Feed killing some spectators there in the meantime. But it's a draw, so Homyno Tsun capitalizing from that.
Yeah, .3, not bad. That's a top 18 time there that he drove
in-game.
Close to it. In-game.
Yeah, they like the killing the spectators. That's what I mean. In-game.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We knew. We got it.
We aware.
We are aware. All the awares in the chat, but yeah, with the round 4 here, still not looking good for Schweineaim. I mean, at least right now, they still have the ability, as I was about to say, they have the ability to climb back, but Ratchet decides to say no to anything that I tried to give them hope for. But yeah, Barbos now in the lead. Hopefully he's able to get a tie here for the side of Schweineaim. Feed and Ener sitting comfortably right behind him, though. Honestly, they could just relax and just kind of chill until the map is over if they really wanted to and drive cleanly, because right now it's just kind of Ratchet just giving free rounds to Homyno Tsun here. But right now Barbos in the lead into the identity here. Feed has a little bit more speed. Barbos is taking it really close, but is it going to be Feed or is it going to be Barbos? And it's going to be Feed for sure here, getting that first. And Ener sniping him with 1/100th of a second there, and that's going to be the ace. And that's pretty much all she wrote for this first map.
Yeah, Schweineaim needs a miracle now. They need to win 2 consecutive rounds without losing any player and just concerning the first 4 rounds. Okay, never mind. Never mind. So 1 bullet down and it's Feed. And I really want to talk about Feed's identity line. I really like it because he goes a bit wider or like a bit further to the right on that second part. And with that having just so much speed in the end, as well as a very, very good trajectory and approach for the ending. I really like that. So great line there, and that's why he was able to snipe. Of course, I haven't spotted why Ener was doing that, because I was just thinking, okay, Feed's line will be faster, and it was indeed faster. And now Ener just has to survive the ending, and then he will close out this first map, which is Slippy Slides. Also a very cool map, someone said it in chat as well. I really like that map as well, and now Barbos is further behind Ener. You know, 1 mistake, and it could be the ace for Schweineaim. Ratchet with his signature line, but it's Barbos hitting their double respawn. That is very, very costly, and also Ener survives it. And Ener will secure the map win. A bit wonky there, not the best exit, losing a bit of speed, but he gets it with a .59, and Homyno Tsun also takes Slippy Slides in this iteration.
Yeah, so 2 over Schweineaim basically on Slippy Slides, and kind of the same scoreline too on this map.
True.
And it really was just down to Ratchet and his copious amount of mistakes on this map. Otherwise, I think it would have been a lot more competitive and potentially a win for Schweineaim. But unfortunately, if you just have one player, kind of like Agility Dash for Homyno Tsun last set, where Ener was literally just not a factor at all. Yeah, it's kind of impossible to win a map when it's 2v1 the entire time. And so that's kind of what you see there. So, but now slow down. This is a map pick by Schweineaim. And this is a map that was banned by Homyno Tsun in the first set. And now Schweineaim gets to play it in this set. And this is the time that they need to answer Homyno Tsun. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty disastrous getting into the third map.
I mean, you see in the overlay that Ratchet has world record. The world record has been beaten, I think, 3 times last week. We have a .30 on this map. I think it was by Mime. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we have seen very fast times here in the matches. Like, I think Pack also did a 0.3. The overlay is not up to date, guys, but insane times here. But of course, also the time from Ratchet is not to be underestimated. The most competitive map, to be honest, because the identity is very fair. If you ask me, one of the best identities that you have, concerning like just risk and, you know, how you can save it and all of that. But Feed and Ener now leading first and second, and of course that's a map that players prepare a lot. Slowdown has been picked, I think, pick and banned 100% of the times. So players love to play that map. Ratchet with a very tight line will have less speed. Oh, will he actually? This is so close. Can Ratchet snipe it? It is 1,000th of a second. That is deciding between a draw and a victory for Homyno Tsun, and Ratchet saves the day, and that was super important. Also not the worst time, a low 0.6 from both players, but this is already starting off very, very spicy.
Yeah, I was trying to look at the times of at least the currently recorded times of the fastest time for a slowdown, and that right now is actually Matu's from the E-Regionals on Serotonin events that has a 56.199 as the current world record listed on Trackmania.io. And then second is Ratchet EU with a 0.234, Barbos with a 56.259. So
insane, actually.
So yeah, so they should theoretically have the faster pace, and I mean, so far in this second round that we see, they do have a slight pace advantage over Homyno Tsun here. Feed trying to sneak in and see if he can't compete here, but really it's going to be down to this identity and who gets these drifts a little bit more efficient, and Barbos and Ratchet are going to be able to get that, and the ace, and that was very nice. A 4.94. Honestly, still not, I mean, very fast time, but still not to the pace that we're wanting to see in this match.
Yeah, the identity there was really, really well executed from both players. In a previous match, we have seen either Ratchet or Barbos hitting the tree beforehand on that inside line, but now both players making it through. And also they didn't have the fastest checkpoints. But now, just concerning the times here on the maps, I think that players also really like to play this map. You know, because if you have a fast time on it, you also then like just play it a lot, because it can be hard to set that time, as it is looking really, really good now in this round as well for Schweineaim. So slight advantage for them also going into that round here, because Ratchet has a lot of speed, but just when I say that it's Barbos making a mistake, it was on a good time. We have seen 0.9 checkpoints on that checkpoint here. It's a 0.22 now from Feed, was a 0.2 or 0.1 beforehand as well. So not the fastest, but still good times. And now Ratchet pushing it, very good line there, has to tinily release. Ratchet with more speed, and Ratchet will do it again. Another great identity from Schweineaim. Wow, very, very well done from Ratchet. That was really good.
All I gotta say. That's all I gotta say is wow. Just seeing how much speed and momentum he had in the identity there to overtake both members of Homyno Tsun there, and yeah, that shows you his caliber of play on this map. If he is optimizing every single bit, and we see how much potential he has to be able to get in this map live, compared to just a hunted time. And so far, Barbos needs to kind of shape things up a little bit. They are ahead 5-2, but it would be good to have a very strong finish compared to what they had in the last set, where they had somewhat of a shaky map win on that was Agility Dash. So now we're looking at an advantage for Homyno Tsun here. Ratchet made a small mistake, so he is 0.4 behind at the moment here. Barbos sitting in second. Needs to be able to prevent the ace from Homyno Tsun. Ratchet, though, trying to sneak in. Is it going to be enough? It is going to be enough to get a tie, because Ener clipped on that CP on the left side corner, and that's going to be the draw.
It's the draw indeed, yeah. And guys, also again, the overlay is not updated. It's a 0.36, I think, so 306 or 304 from mine. Gwen also did a fast hand. This world record was beaten.
Mine's a 0.309.
Okay, yeah, almost. 6 is almost 9, you know? It's
yes.
Yeah, but the overlay has not been updated, and I'm also not able to do it because I don't have Photoshop. So we have to live with that. But of course, I know those times from my head, fortunately, or most of them. So I can tell you that. But let's go into the round. I mean, the surprising draw there, it was Ener making that mistake. And it is Feed now in the lead with a very, very good lead of 0.105 checkpoint. That is insanely fast. We could see this world record getting beaten.
I don't know what happened, but
he clipped the triangle. Oh, Ratchet also airlines. Barbos will drive the 0.40 then. Oh, maybe only a 0.50, maybe only a 0.60, maybe a 0.80 due to the ending. So he's dead. That wasn't a good identity from Barbos, but still he is ahead in the lead. Ratchet gets third. Feed with an even bigger mistake because he probably was fragile, and it's 4-8 for Schweineaim. Looking really good for them on slowdown, but of course, Homyno Tsun 2 aces will seal the deal for them as well.
And they've been very close to having an ace or two already. And it's just literally a minor, very minor mistake from either Feed or Ener before or at their, when they're at the identity there.
That Feed start.
So Feed, though, is just insanely good on this start here. And Barbos and Ratchet are actually suffering pace-wise to him in that regard. That's the thing about Feed. When it comes to live gameplay, that's where Feed comes alive. He's not necessarily a major hunter, but Feed definitely does try to push hard here. And so now...
Oh my god, the Feed, if you survive that, that will be a 0.2 or even a 0.1. Oh, he
might be able to. He's on a pace right now.
I think that's a 0.36 though. Oh,
199.
0.19! What the hell?
That's tied world record.
Yeah.
I kid you not. The man turns alive when it's live gameplay.
Oh my god. Dude, he had a 0.96 checkpoint. What the hell? He lost a little bit in that one at 0.9. At 0.19. Oh. Okay, well.
Tied for world record though. Like, it just exactly, literally he was proving what I was saying, because I was like, while I was even talking, I was like, he's going so fast right now.
Yeah, I also noticed it at the checkpoints, because it was a 0.96.
Oh, he bunks now, okay.
Like, look, Barbos has a 0.11 now. And he also had an insane ending. I didn't think that his ending was so fast, actually, but the others also had a really good ending then. So, wow. What was the second place time, actually? Did anyone notice that? Was it also 0.3 or 0.4? Probably, right? Has to be. But yeah, it's Schweineaim winning, but Homyno Tsun with the world record. Oh my god, dude.
Barbos is like, who cares?
Insane time, dude. At 0.19. So it's a live world record. Yeah.
We're tied live world record, because technically Matuz would still hold world record.
Yeah, but
TMCL,
doing it in a match, you know, is more giga chat.
True. But yeah. No, it happened before, and it happens again, where Feed is just a monster when it comes to when it matters the most. And that's why I think Homyno Tsun really does have the ability to potentially take it all the way. But that's really not necessarily based on Feed, where it is on his counterpart in Ener, because Ener has to be able to match the level that Feed is displaying. And if he's not able to do so, it is going to be rough on him, on their team. Because now it's not solo play. I think if Feed were playing by himself, I think he'd be doing really well. But now with how it's duos, and I'm not talking negatively about Ener, or at least I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to explain that duos make it different, and you have to be on the same page to have the most success possible.
Yeah. Exactly. But I mean, also on the other hand, the double-edged sword. Of course, if you go that fast, you play extremely risky as well.
Correct.
And Feed has made a lot of mistakes. And Ener, I mean, also in this round, he shows that he has the pace to match with Feed. And I think we have a very, very promising duo here that just qualifies themselves for, like, or like just applies for just being more than just a TMCL duo maybe in the future. Because they play insanely well also on this map. We had a world record for Massey at 0.54. I would not be surprised if Feed will be able to beat that, as he already did the first sub 58, and Homyno Tsun starts off with an ace. Now guys, it is like the overlay, like Photoshop in that way that the world records are outdated. So the world records that have been beaten last week, I don't have the updated versions because also Röda is busy with other stuff. Probably also doing his own cast right now because Trulux is in Asia. So I couldn't do that. Yeah. So, you know, I don't have Photoshop. I'm unaware to do that. I probably could, but then I have to download the templates. I don't have the templates, so I have to create everything from scratch. And I didn't want to do that. You know, I just tell you about the map, what record has been beaten and whatnot. So, super sorry, guys. Chatting, essaying.
It will only hate you for the rest of our lives. But as we are here in the second round here, getting to the identity, right now Feed is leading for right now, and Ener is also there fighting for second place, but Schweineaim is sitting there very close with Ener at the moment. Feed is likely going to finish in first here. Ener is leading at the moment, but is it going to be enough? It's going to be so close, but it's going to be a victory that Homyno Tsun definitely will gladly take. Could have had the ace there, but it was very close at the end.
Yeah, but good round. Every player survives that part there. Schweineaim only with 1 point, so Homyno Tsun tremendously capitalizing from that. And of course, a very fast-paced map. You know, we 1 minute on the map, it feels like, and it's already 5-1 because there's also so much stuff happening here. So many wicked things. Turnarounds, backwards identity, bug slide, wicked 360s. You know, you have all of those things. So very cool map here. I really like that one as well. But also not the easiest map, but now Barbos has a really good start as well. Was able to get a lot of speed out of that. Feed is feeding in this round. And Barbos now on a great time. Could be a 0.8 or a 0.7 by Barbos himself, or maybe even faster than that, or maybe I just have a distorted image because Ener had a bad start. I don't know, we're gonna find out now, as Ener doesn't also get the most amount of speed, so Ratchet can come a bit closer with more speed that he has accumulated from that red booster. And Barbos slowing down a little bit, has probably released the brake button, but gets a very good inside line, and that is a 0.85. So indeed a good time. And now Ratchet and Barbos on first and third. Ener still getting 1 point for his team, and Schweineaim clinging this round with a victory.
Yeah, 85, top 25 time right there for Barbos. Really good pace so far. In fact, whether it's Feed's actual time or not, but Feed currently only has a personal best of a 57.849. So, but it's Feed, so he should be able to beat it and get a new PB anyways, because that's just how crazy he is. We saw Ener, I think, just eject himself to the back there, not too far. Luckily, he's still within striking range if somebody were to make a mistake. Feed bonking his nose on that black bar there on the ice section, but is not going to take too much of a penalty from that. But it does give Schweineaim the ability to contest here for an ace and would be able to tie it up if they get this very cleanly. Barbos and Ratchet having more speed. Barbos having to slow down because of his angle. But right now, Ener is going to try to sneak in here. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. And that is going to be the ace for Schweineaim, tying it up 6-6. And Schweineaim now looking competitive in this second set, which is what they need to be doing.
Yeah, they were losing it on map 3 and 4 in that first set, and now it's looking really strong. It's 6-6 now. Of course, they have to get another one of that. I mean, Barbos so close there to the pole as well. Wasn't able to come in touch with it, which is, of course, his advantage. So 6-6. Who's gonna go into the lead, or will it be a draw? And this round could definitely happen, as every player gets a good start. Hardly any mistake here has been done in the identity so far. And also Barbos with a beautiful line over that dirt. And now coming into the 360. Ratchet is behind him, so it's first and second for Schweineaim. Beautiful turnaround from both players. Different lines though, but Ratchet way too wide there. And he falls behind. Should have maybe gone for a drift there, for a tap drift, but who am I to say that, right? As we approach the identity now, Barbos clipping a bit. Ener and Feed are behind. Ratchet with a good amount of speed, but slides out. So Ener and Feed can now snipe away that first place from Barbos, and there's no one to help Barbos out of this round unless two players touch there, and Barbos gets that first position also due to an insane inside line. Feed on third. Ener, I think, also slightly touched or just went too wide, but it's a draw. So 7-7. Very lucky there for Schweineaim, but that's also what you need sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes those mistakes, they make me lose words, but Feed making the mistake there, clipping on the inside, and Ener just happened to go way too wide at the end turn uphill section, whatever you want to call it, on the identity, and that allowed Barbos to save the match for his duo, as that could have been really nasty going into this next round here. So now it is tied 7-7, and Ace
Barbos.
could end it here. Barbos, oh no, he wasn't able to turn around. So
mud.
yeah, that's mud for him.
Oh,
really
no.
giga mud too. It's actually awful. Ratchet making a bigger mistake as well. So now Feed and Ener, they can just save and end it right here. And what an anticlimactic round for everybody watching. But for Homyno Tsun, they're celebrating right now.
Oh
Feed,
my god, Feed was pushing.
I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Surely, yeah, exactly. It's going to be a tie. Well, it's not going to be a tie. It's going to be Ace, and then it's going to be it. That is the 10-7 for Homyno Tsun, up 2-1. And now they are at match and set point for this series.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I have to yawn. Sorry. Too less oxygen, and I also have to grab some water. I'm gonna do that in a second. So we have now Homyno Tsun won their pick. Yeah, but also it could have been going to Schweineaim. Now we go to reps. Yeah, maybe we're gonna see another world record on this map. Would be cool. As also Feed was on a great time, actually. He had a sub 51 checkpoint. I think this would have been enough for 0.6 or 0.7 if he got a very good ending. But he has failed, but was still able to finish on second. But there you go. Homyno Tsun has to win one more map. This overlay is wrong, by the way. World record is from Scrappy. He did a 0.19 off stream. That's what he said. Or 0.16? A 0.16 it was. So good time here from Scrappy the Scrapmeister. And if Homyno Tsun wins this map, it's over.
Yeah, that will be the end of the journey for Schweineaim for this stage 1 of the World Tour Challenger League, which would be very sad, but at the same time, Homyno Tsun, specifically on the side of Feed, he has been demonstrating why he is a extremely talented player, with Barbos making a early mistake. Thank you for that, Barbos. Definitely appreciate that. No, we do not. Ener and Feed, though, still sitting in the front with Barbos slightly behind, touching the wheel of Ener at the moment here. And Ratchet, I mean. And Barbos is the one with a nice view from very far behind, a full second and a half almost. And Feed going an interesting line, going a little bit tighter on the left inside, and it is able to keep him up with Ener here. And now they're sitting at an ace potential for this identity here. First jump is clean. Second jump is close. Ratchet's going to make a mistake, though. Ener's going to clip on the inside left, so Feed is going to be able to finish first. Is anybody able to snipe? Yes, it is. It's going to be Barbos. And Ratchet, too far behind, isn't going to be able to catch up to Ener. And it's going to be the victory for Homyno Tsun.
Yep. It is the victory. I mean, a lot of mistakes there. It could have been the ace. So it was very lucky for Schweineaim that they get 1 point, actually. And there you go. It's 2-1 for Homyno Tsun. Having the slight advantage now on Schweineaim's pick. But also what I wanted to say is, on the previous map, like, I think that describes Schweineaim's season as well. You know, just being not almost able to close it out, but in those last moments, you just make that mistake, as well as exalty. Exalty was also in that unlucky situation all the time, where they were so close and then just losing a map eventually. So there's Ratchet and Barbos now with a good start, but Feed is in there as well. Of course, opted for a different line. Ener a bit behind after the start, but he was coming closer. And even though he didn't have the best start, and it's not falling behind that way, getting a good line over that looping, or into the looping, or like through the looping. I think that's what the right preposition for that is, as Feed still leads the round by 0.2 of a second. Ratchet and Barbos not too far behind. That's going to the follow all cam. I'm probably gonna regret it because someone makes a mistake, and that is not the case actually. No one made a mistake, and it will be Barbos able to finish, but that was lucky.
That was lucky, because it almost looked like the finish rejected him.
Yeah, the finish rejected him. Yeah. Or ejected him.
Ejected, rejected. Same concept, but yeah, Homyno Tsun sitting up 3-2 right now, point ahead. And right now we see a mistake by Ener going a little bit too far left, misjudging the sausage. So he is going to be falling back over a full second already. So now this is an opportunity for Schweineaim to be able to answer Homyno Tsun, but they have to get through Feed. and Feed has been really strong for his team. But right now, Barbos and Ratchet pulling ahead now of Feed, which would be really good for them. Feed now sitting 0.1, 0.2 almost behind, 0.175 behind at the moment here. But now it's going to get down to the nitty-gritty. Ratchet and Barbos on this grass section. How cleanly are they going to be able to get it? Are they going to be able to get the downhill faster than Feed?
Whoa.
And right now it's looking dead even at the moment in terms of how they've changed their pace. Ratchet and Barbos going to be taking it really close here. Ratchet going to lose speed just a smidge. Barbos is going to be able to finish in first. Feed sniping Ratchet at the end there, and that is going to be the return victory for Schweineaim, tying it up 4-4.
Yeah, Ratchet could have also gotten second place there, but he can call himself lucky that he was able to clear that speed check. So also Ratchet with a good time there, 0.6. So it is a 4-4, and Schweineaim is not dead in this one just yet, but of course they have to get some good rounds in now to secure that map win, as Ratchet gets a really good start. Ener again, not really matching the pace so far on this map, making some mistakes, and is behind by 0.2 of a second. Still something that he can catch up, but also he doesn't opt for that inside line, for that outside line, sorry. And also Barbos. Back to Neo slide map. Back to Neo slide map. Barbos failing a slide there. Rookie mistake. We have seen that one already there, but Barbos out on that one. And he is, yeah, almost losing that round here because now Ratchet is on his own and he has to push a lot in order to force the draw. But it's Feed on a great time, 0.2 ahead, of course, with a more tighter approach. Also, Ener coming closer to a more wonky line from Ratchet. Will this be the ace for Homyno soon? Is the mod calling already? Will both players on Homyno soon survive? Ratchet pushing incredibly much, and he will at least get second. Feed with a 0.5, but it is still 2 points for Homyno soon, and they are leading with that again.
Yeah, so the return victory from Tsun answering Schweineaim, saying, no, we want to keep our point lead. That's our comfort spot right there. Don't mess with the comfort zone, as Feed is trying to keep his team alive with his insane amount of pace that he's been getting every single round. Ener doing really well for the most part for himself as well. But it's, like we said, pretty much the entire storyline thus far for Schweineaim has really been the consistency and the minor mistakes, as we see from Barbos touching that outside on the dirt wall there. So he is going to fall back now by 0.5, which isn't terrible, could be a lot worse, but in this match, it's reps, especially if everybody's getting it cleanly, there's no chance for any climb back at all. And right now, Ratchet, it's all up to him to be able to keep Tsun away from getting a victory or an ace here. I mean, at minimum, the victory is the best case scenario if he has to give it away. Right now, though, Feed is going to make the first mistake, and an even bigger mistake afterwards. Ener is going to finish in second. Is Barbos able to get it? Yes, he is. That is the victory for Schweineaim, tying it up 7-7. We have ourselves a match with both teams being on victory point potential here. Tsun needs to close it out for themselves to be able to move on to the next round. Schweineaim has to get this to be able to survive. Maybe an extra round potentially if nobody gets an ace here, but outside that, it's coming down to this.
Yeah, it's coming down to this. I think you hyped that one up really nicely, but what a great ending again, and it's 7-7. It's do or die now. I mean, it's the match point for Homyno. The overlay is wrong there, and the track point for Schweineaim, but we see the first mistake already being done by Ratchet, who had an incredible ending last time, but was not able to pull it through in this round here. Feed and Ener, yeah, Feed in the lead. And Ener also not too far behind, 0.15. One small mistake from Barbos, and this will be over, as also Ener gets a really good line, coming dangerously closer towards Barbos, to lose quite a bit in that section. It's only 0.1 here, Ener touching before that he doesn't have to release, and that section gets the gears well, and this is looking good for Homyno to at least go into the lead. Oh, but Ener clipping there was able to survive, but Ratchet is coming closer. Barbos in that second place. Feed winning the round though, and it's a draw even, because Ener has made a small mistake. Wow, this is a insanely close map and very good level that we are seeing here.
All right, so 8-8 in this 7th round here on reps, and
literally
I already gave
overtime.
Yeah, it might as well be overtime at this point, as it's now down to the wire here for both teams, and both teams are fighting for different reasons at this point, and Schweineaim really has to be able to force that decider map for them to be able to get into the next round. Homyno Tsun just has to close it out here, so it is really going to be down to who can close out better compared to who can save their match better. And right now, Feed has been doing his darndest to be able to be that consistent winner for his team, and he's been doing it relatively well, as we now are getting close to the identity here. Grass section here, Ener slightly behind, but still everybody is relatively close with one another. Feed is going to be the one leading though, and Feed has been super clean except for that one round where he gave away the likely win for his team. And now Barbos is going to go ahead of Feed here. Ratchet going to take over as well, and that is going to be the ace for Schweineaim, getting the ace and getting the map win to survive another round and force it to pipes in this best of 5 set 2.
Wow, Schweineaim is not dead. Like, they were on the edge just before the identity. It looked grim for them, but they were able to force map number 5, which is arrow pipes. Oh god, here we go, guys. Here we go, arrow pipes. Also not having the easiest identity. I think Barbos and Ratchet were quite struggling with that, and of course if you have shaky hands, it doesn't make it easy on this map. So track 5, we're not out on this one just yet. The last map, the decider, it is arrow pipes. So let us see who
you want to talk about a coin flip map too. Pipes,
oh yeah,
these pipes are RNG. Whether somebody wants to say,
landing,
yeah, like these pipes are not consistent at all. Like, even with your speed, even with like your landing and everything, it's plastic pipes. Like, there's no clean landing to be had on the pipes.
Yeah, they're not plastic, but they feel plastic. I know what you mean. It's like, it's so weird. It's a weird landing, and like also the car, of course, behaves weird because it's not flat what you land on. But let's go to the first round. Of course, not the easiest map. Already this ice that you had to start that ends in a very, very wicked reactor boost trajectory. Yeah, you don't want to release there. You don't want to oversteer. And it is every player surviving it. Never mind. It is Ener losing his teammate Feed. And Barbos also with a mistake. So we have 2 mistakes already here. Starting off the round. Ratchet in the lead though. So we can at least secure a draw. But what we have right now, it's 2 fights, but we focus on that fight on top and then swap around to the other ones because it will be all coming down to the identity.
Yeah, Ratchet right now holding the lead, 0.5 over Ener, which is a really nice distance to have coming into the pipes. You can take any small advantage that you can get as it gets a little dicey in these 3 jumps that we're going to be seeing. Jump 1 is going to be clean by Ratchet. Jump 2 is going to be very close for Ratchet, and jump 3 is going to be clean, and that is going to be the win for Ratchet. Ener coming in second, but who is it at the end? And Barbos and Feed are both making mistakes in similar areas. Barbos has more exit speed. Who's it going to be? The Feed is likely going to get it here with just the cleaner jump on the second pipe, and that is going to be the tie.
Dude, this identity, what is this?
It's RNG pipes.
What is this? Like 2 people being 14 seconds behind. Like, come on. Anyway, it is a draw, so nothing happens, kind of, right? And let's go to round 2 on arrow pipes and see if we have a better round now or not. As we see Feed with a very good start. And the lead, and they're also not too far behind. I'm gonna spectate Ratchet because he's behind. Bonk number 1, and almost bonk number 2 from Feed. Almost clipping the light source there, yeah, the light post. But he was able to survive. And look at that, Barbos and Ratchet now swarming out. And I think they're prepared on this map here, Import. They are looking quite strong on that. I mean, especially in this round, not in the one beforehand, of course.
It seems like the French duo is struggling on the ice part specifically, which is unsurprising because if you notice, when teams say they don't like a certain map, it usually is a map that has a more extensive ice section to it compared to other maps. That's why Gyroscope is largely disliked by many because of how much ice is involved in that map. And I mean, Aeropipes is one of those where the ice section is very tricky. You have to have a very specific set amount of speed. You have to make sure you have a very specific angle. And it's threading the line between, as we see Barbos and Ratchet get a casual ace while I'm just rambling here. But you will see the difference between how close they get from sliding out in this ice section, because they have to thread just barely not getting the gear, otherwise they will slide out. And it's a very tricky ice section, and oftentimes you will see teams dislike maps like these because of that.
And also you have to be confident in what you're doing, you know, you just have to commit. If you then tinily release or whatever to adjust, you slide out. If you break too much, you make a mistake. So you have to commit to a line, and you also have to, like, before going to the slide already, like, figure out, oh, is that enough? If you could even, like, still adjust it in that way. But of course, Schweineaim with the ace there, Feed already 0.6 behind, and I think if Schweineaim is not throwing it away tremendously here, because they're first and second again, that is their map. It's looking really good for them, and we could go into a decider, and then I already know which map will be banned from Homyno soon, of course, but they can decide the map. But we're gonna go into that in a second. It's not over just yet. You know, Barbos and Ratchet can both still fail the identity. We have seen that already, that they got reversed aced, you know, from, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, Ratchet also clipping here. Yeah, listen.
Okay,
it's a draw.
It's what a great match.
What a great map, do you mean?
What a great map.
Yeah.
This identity. Somebody got paid to greenlight this, by the way.
Yeah, also gyroscope. I mean, gyroscope idea is good, but it's just way too dang for a match. Like, it's just way too dang.
The issue that people don't understand about gyroscope is, like, if you don't have experience with dirt zoops and how it works with the 360 ice, and well, in this case it's not 360, but it's the boosters, I think, is what makes the identity so
exactly.
dank. If it was just the ice with the dirt, I think it would be a much more palatable identity. I think that's why people dislike it so much.
Agreed.
But outside of that, like, the skill itself with the dirt soups is honestly something that's been around since the beginning of the team.
Yep.
It's been pretty easy.
I agree.
To do. But outside of that, yeah, I mean, ice section has been the death of Homyno Tsun so far. Feed making that mistake in round 3, but this time they've been able to survive in this 4th round here. Ratchet and Barbos now slightly behind of Feed. Feed having fixed his mistakes with the ice section, now leading into the engine off section here. Ener trying to get more speed from that downhill, taking it wider, but it's not going to benefit him too much.
Feed.
But again, RNG pipes. Feed clipping on the spectator stands. Ratchet making a mistake. Barbos is going to be able to finish. Yes, he is. Ener is now going to come in second here, likely. Yes, he is. And now Feed coming in third. And it's going to be another tie in RNG pipes.
It could have already been over, actually. Could have already been over for Schweineaim, and they could have secured the overtime, but like that, it's 3-6 instead of 2-10. No, 1-10 even. 1-10, of course, you know, 2 points, two draws.
Sure.
So yeah, it's RNG pipes. Good name for this map. So I really like that. But let's go ahead into the next round. Round 5 could be it is an important one for both teams. You know, if it's not another draw, but we see, okay. Schweineaim first and second. Did Barbos make a mistake there? Ah, he survived.
He survived. He's still in it. And Ener bonking that right inside corner.
It's looking grim for Homyno soon, but of course, the amount of mistakes that have happened from both sides, you just have to survive up until the identity. And Ener is still in the proximity of still getting that first place, even though he got a very wonky line there as well. But you never know. So let's follow Barbos into the identity and see if he will survive or not. And then it will already be almost, yeah, the best of 5 secured for Schweineaim. And then we're gonna go to a decisive map. Ratchet with a mistake. Barbos getting that slowdown that I was talking about. And that's what I mean. Ener wide arriving and going into first place.
And another tie. Feed. 17 seconds. Feed. What happened?
Yeah, look at the finish timeout here, by the way. 30 seconds. What was that? What is that slowdown, actually? That looks so fucking bad. Holy shit. Like, sorry for cursing, but what is that shit?
Are we talking on the identity?
Yeah, why do you fucking slow down when you land on the pipe?
It's
What is
because
this?
the pipe is clipped into the ramp, and that's why. So if you clip that ramp ever so slightly, it forces it to slow down every single time. Yeah, that first pipe is honestly, sorry, it's so poorly
bad.
designed. It's honestly
It's so bad, yeah.
The fact that they never thought to change that first pipe, like it should have just been a clean jump to a clean jump. It shouldn't have been clipped into the ramp. There makes no sense.
Anyway, it's 4-7. Schweineaim still leading. We're gonna go into round 6, so 3 consecutive draws in a row, including the draw in that first round. You know, it's only Schweineaim leading or living from that one ace that they've had. Barbos insanely close there. Has had to release, and now it's Feed and Ener. First and second. Feed now with a good line. 1 point would already be very, very good for Schweineaim. But of course, they should not get ace now, else it would be 7-7. And the match would slowly but surely slip out of their hands, even though they could have closed it out after round number 4 already. But Ratchet does a great job. I'm going to follow Barbos though, because also Ener didn't have the best line in this corner here. He falls behind, so it's first and third now for Schweineaim. But this is the identity now coming into play. Everything can happen. Let's roll the RNG board and see who will survive it.
Barbos getting the most clean exit line into the engine off, but doesn't matter if it's RNG pipes. Barbos barely surviving on that jump. Is going to survive the second jump too, but has a little less speed. Is it going to be enough? It is going to be at least the victory, and puts trying to aim up 9-5. But that almost ended it right there. But man, RNG pipe striking with the wonky landings. And now it is Schweineaim trying to get at least one member into second place to be able to force the deciding map. Feed and Ener have been unable and unsuccessful in closing out their match, which they could have done last map, but now they're struggling to even compete in this map.
Yeah, and it is looking very, very grim for Homyno soon. We could see a decider, a last map that will be played as the decider, and Ratchet is leading. Ener really not looking strong on this map. Feed also with a slight mistake there, and Ratchet increases his lead to 0.4 of a second. So it could be Schweineaim with that winning. Barbos, oh my god, that was almost a mudded respawn, but he's still almost ahead of Ener, and that's what you have to just take into consideration. If Ratchet survives here, and also Barbos gets a better identity than Ener, this is it. This is then the second best of 5 secured for Schweineaim in that case. We're gonna go to a decider, and that is looking good. Ratchet is surviving it. Oh, but
no,
he's
he got a
those...
wonky landing.
It doesn't matter though. He will not lose
not.
2 seconds. Yeah. There you go.
All right.
7-10, sorry. So guys, we're gonna go to a decisive last map after pick and ban. The top seed is Homyno soon, so they're gonna start ban first. Then Schweineaim is gonna ban Homyno soon, Schweineaim, Homyno soon, Schweineaim, Homyno soon, Schweineaim, 8 bans. Homyno soon banning 1 more map, and then the last map will be randomized. Or like randomized in that way, that's what the overlay says, but it's literally the last map that is still there.
What if we ended on Flip of Faith or Arrow Pipes again?
I think it will be reps, to be honest.
You think it'll be reps?
Yeah.
I mean, fair. I mean, it was the closest map they definitely had. And that reps, honestly, was on the fault of Homyno Tsun not being able to close it out. So, yeah, it's really going to be interesting how this decider ends up. And this has not been the first decider. It definitely is the third decider. So far, we've had Homyno Tsun being the decider against Orcs Numalops, or Orcs GP Numalops. And now they're in a decider against Schweineaim. But in this case, Homyno Tsun won the first map instead of them coming in the second map to be able to clutch it. So momentum-wise, Schweineaim has the momentum, and they could move on to face Sprout, which would happen almost immediately after this match.
Yep.
So
That's so draining, though.
It is going to be a rough road for Schweineaim today if they want to be able to win this grand final. And not only that, but they're coming at a slight disadvantage compared to alternate attacks.
Mustine just subscribed. LuckersTurbo, I now have a legal age sub. People happier.
We're just waiting now for
And yo, Remustein, thank you for the 18-month resub. You have a legal age sub. So guys, I'm quickly gonna explain you, what will happen after that, because I'm on a concert with my mom at 20. So I will not be able to join, and I'm also like a bit gutted now that it takes a bit longer because I still have to get ready. I still have to acclimatize a bit, but it is what it is. Import is gonna take over the last 2 matches of the day. I hope you guys will be kind to him. I still wanna like kind of have a platform for you guys to cheer on, and also of course give Import the exposure that he deserves. In my opinion, he's a great caster, and as you can see, the synergy between us also works out very, very nice. So again, thank you so much to Import, and also make sure to stay, because Import will seamlessly take over the stream after this match.
Yes, I'm exporting Turbo from his own stream.
Yeah.
So.
But it's still a Sprout stream, guys. You can still root for Sprout in the chat and all of that. It's just a different voice, but also a good guy that you know.
Yeah, cool. We'll take care of you guys. And it speaks a lot about how much Turbo trusts me with his chat. So yeah,
I trust you a lot, man.
It'll be perfectly fine.
My channel will be banned afterwards or something, dude. No, like.
Nah. It'll be perfectly fine. Yeah, so we are just waiting for an update from the people. Okay, best of 1. It's time to hop in to the new map.
Guys, we cannot fix the overlay because we don't have the templates. Like, it doesn't matter too much. Import can just read out the world records from the dingsbooms, and that's fine.
Yep.
I mean, you probably just should just don't put them in. And we can also tell you if the time is good.
Yeah, I don't have the world record.
We don't have the templates for that. We have the PNG files, but not the template for the thing. And I'm definitely not gonna create a template for you Pepegas to not listen to me as a caster saying that the world record is what time, who even did that, and when it happened. Man! Okay. Okay. I'm getting angry. I'm gonna grab some water. Okay. I hope I don't miss the pick. Okay, well, we can better starting. Not gonna grab water. So I already put in the overlay for the map that will be played, because I have the script in front of me.
Okay.
It is reps. Reps will be played.
I expect it to be reps.
Yeah.
So gyroscope, agility dash, arrow pipes banned. Now it's going to be a ban by Flip of Faith for. Oh man.
Reps is banned.
Freestyle's banned as well. Parkour banned.
Slowdown is not banned. Yeah, it's slowdown.
Are they really going to put him to? No, it has to be back and forth. Surely.
Come on, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Oh, it's back and forth, actually.
Back and forth, yeah. It's gonna. I didn't realize it was gonna be picked randomly, but back and forth.
It's not random because slowdown was the last map that was banned. It's just different in the. It's just wrong displayed in the overlay.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, no, I was like, Homyno Tsun. There's no way they would challenge slowdown. Back and forth is the map they won on, right? Yes. So, did they? Wait.
Huh? Clueless? It was Homyno Tsun winning.
Yeah, Homyno Tsun won that map. Right, correct. So, I don't know what I said, but I meant Homyno Tsun won that map, so that makes sense that they picked it. So, yes. This makes sense. And it was kind of close, somewhat. There were moments where it was close, but this is where Feed got his world record. Right? No, wait. No, it wasn't. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just want a good match to happen.
It was freestyle, not back and forth, man.
3 years have passed already in this series, okay? I'm already...
Dude, like, imagine you're Homyno Tsun. You play 2 hours, you have to play next match against Sprouts. Then you maybe win that match as well, and then you have to play grand final at 21.
Bro, by the time this cast is over, I will have been married with 3 children and, like, a successful career in something other than casting. That is how long today is going to be.
Like, why don't you just do it best of 9 and let the top seed banner map? Would be so easy, right?
Yep. Surely. Like,
change my mind.
Just, I won't, because, I mean, you're right.
You're married with 3 children. Yeah, that could be a bit wrongly interpreted. But, hey.
That's some EU English, if understanding if I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I meant, Barbos.
Yeah.
All right. Round 1, Barbos and Ratchet actually leading
Yo.
going into the identity here. So, hey, maybe they are like, you know what, bet. All right, let's take you on, you guys thinking that you have an advantage over us. And so far, Feed gonna be trying to fight Barbos and Ratchet in here. But Barbos and Ratchet, they really do have some good lines. Feed, though, eking just ever so slightly
Feed.
ahead is gonna... bonks the inside of the CP.
Like when you crush
I gotta
text,
get close.
when you crush Texas text you. Woo! Oh my god, so it's a draw, and yeah, I was already thinking that this map would be very close, and that was a really good ending from Feed to save the day. So insane stuff though from the start from Schweineaim. Feed now with the worst start. Ratchet also not getting the best amount of speed there in that section, either losing the gear, or not getting the best gear, or clipping. I didn't spot that, because you can clip on the tiniest things here. As Feed gets a good backside, but not the best exit here, and he will lose a lot of speed here. Barbos and Ratchet leading. Barbos again, like slightly getting his left front wheel down to land a bit earlier, but we have seen him already making a mistake in that corner, but it paid off for him. He's leading by 0.1 ahead of Ener, and also Feed gets a good line into the identity, but it is actually Barbos with a mistake. And I think this is very, very costly for them, as Feed also almost clipped there. Ratchet is now behind. Will Ratchet be able to snipe? Maybe he capitalizes for mistakes, but that is not the case. Homyno Tsun with the ace for 1.
Yeah, Homyno Tsun being able to capitalize on the mistake of both Ratchet and Barbos. The mud
is calling.
Is calling. It's because there's water and dirt in the map. That's why there's mud. So,
oh my god.
4-1 for Homyno Tsun. And unfortunately, Ratchet made the same mistake he made in the previous time they played back and forth, where he went too far on that ice jump, or too far on the exit of the ice jump, and had to release in the right-hander on the tarmac. But as you can see, Barbos and Ratchet, they really have good pace up to this point. Ratchet not making the mistake he made last time. So now putting themselves in a potential position to get an ace. Feed, though, in the fight, and Feed really does have a solid identity here. Barbos is leading at the moment here. Feed not having the amount of speed that he would like. Ratchet going to be able to overtake just slightly. It's going to be down to the wire between Ratchet and Feed, but Ratchet had to go a little bit wider. Barbos is going to get into first, and this is going to be the victory for Schweineaim, lessening the blow, keeping it to 2-point differential, but Homyno Tsun still leads 5-3.
Yeah, but still very important for them to not lose contact to Homyno Tsun. Even a draw, you know, one more point. Those points are also valuable. And with that, Schweineaim only 2 points away from their opponents. And let's go on to the next one, as Ener is a bit behind. 0.3 of a second there. Oh, but Ratchet makes a mistake. And plays some Vampus there by going onto the scenery. Ratchet is out. And he has made that mistake. So Feed and Ener, first and third, and they can extend their lead now, or they just go back to the old gap, to the old discrepancy of 3 points. Yeah, as Barbos will stay on that second place though. Feed on a great time, being 0.3 ahead. Let's take a look onto the checkpoint here. It's a 0.46.9. I think he has done a 42 checkpoint there, or like a very low 43 checkpoint there is insane. But so that will be a 0.1, maybe a 0.2, maybe a 0.3, but Barbos saves the day. Yeah, Barbos saves the day, and it's another draw. So Homyno Tsun not getting the victory. It's 6-4.
Man, Barbos' line on the identity was insane. You could see that he was risking it too, because he was going for wider exits for an early inside entry on that last turn, and it benefited him in dividends, being able to snipe Feed at the very end there. Ener, again, making mistakes at the start. Not really working out for him too well, as he has been struggling on the start every single time. He's able to manage to get some momentum back as it gets to the ice jump. But for right now, Barbos and Ratchet leading into this jump. Ratchet has to be able to avoid his mistakes that he likes to get, getting really wide on that exit is able to not make a major mistake, is going to be able to keep Ratchet and Barbos now leading into the identity feed within striking distance. If he were able to get a good line here, Barbos and Ratchet feed making a mistake though, so now it is down to Ener, and Ener has to be able to somehow prevent an ace from happening from Barbos and Ratchet. Ener risking everything, but it's not going to be enough as he's not able to get inside, and now it is Schweineaim taking the lead 7-6 over Homyno Tsun, and it is going to be a nail biter getting into this decider map.
Dude, I would have... Dude, how is Schweineaim able to almost win this match? Or like, they have the match point now. They have the match point. They can close it out, but they've played so wonky on those. Like, if you just remember the first map that we've casted them on, like how wonky and shaky they performed on the slippy slides. And now they're ahead. Feed and Ener also can definitely feel the pressure, but Ratchet and Barbos not with a good start here in that section. Still getting a good line in this corner though. Oh, but it's Barbos not with the best approach. They're sliding a bit out, but also Ener didn't get it too well. Has to oversteer there and will lose a valuable amount of speed. But now Feed and Ener are leading, and we could go into a last decisive round if it stays like that. 97 means that there's only... there's no outcome for a draw. So Feed and Ener, they cannot save it. Barbos is behind, but they can maybe rely on a small release after the checkpoint and the identity here, as they are leading by quite a bit, 0.4 of a second. And Barbos is pushing, of course. He has to at least secure 1 point, but it will be the ace. And that is looking really good for Homyno Tsun now. The reverse ace not showing any sort of impressiveness. Is that a word?
Yeah, that's a word, I think.
Yeah. 9-7. Yeah. Last round.
Yes.
This is the last round.
Very, very hype last round, too, as we are now into what is going to be the deciding result. Schweineaim, as a reminder, has to be able to get an ace. There is nothing else that they can get except an ace. Homyno Tsun just has to get one person in second place. That is a much easier task to achieve and handle compared to what Schweineaim has to achieve now. Ooh. Ratchet and Barbos. Barbos making a mistake, having to fall back. Ratchet almost coming close to clipping that inside left corner, is going to fall slightly behind Feed now, and it is down to this. Feed, all he has to do is just play clean, and that is it. Ener just has to play clean. That is it. Ratchet and Barbos are the ones who have to risk every single moment into this final identity, and Feed is just going to carry it and not give them any chance, with Ener making it an ace instead to finish it off. And we have your winner for this set. It is Homyno Tsun winning 12-7 and winning the set 2-1, moving on to face Sprout in the semi-final.
Wow, what a match though. Like, Schweineaim was so close, they had their moments, they had a chance. Definitely a good comeback from them on that second best of 5. But it's Homyno Tsun, and I would also say, like, give or take, deserved win. Because also if Schweineaim closed out